fell out. Anywho, welcome to this video. We are trying a new breakfast today. I'm not gonna lie, I already snuck a little bit. It is so good. I can't wait to share it with you guys. Oh my God, I made a mess. But welcome to this full day of eating. We're starting off with breakfast today. If you are new, hello, my name is Colleen. I'm a non-diet registered dietitian here to show you what it looks like to eat with no food rules, to leave diet culture behind, yet fuel your body in a way that feels good. Yes, that can mean nutrition forward and having that play a role. I'm a registered dietitian. I would advocate for that, but we don't obsess or stress, and it's balance, friends. These full days of eatings are to give you different ideas and explain the why behind some of my choices. So let's start with this. Actually, let's back up. You saw earlier, went to the gym this morning, did a nice run, felt really good. My usual go-to granola, I'm obsessed with the Aldi cookie granola. Usually I get the peanut butter kind, but I switched it up this time. I got the cookie dough or the chocolate chip cookie. Definitely prefer the peanut butter, but definitely not mad about the cookie dough. Chocolate chip cookie. That's it. Okay guys, so if you've been following my channel, you know I am on a breakfast cottage cheese bowl kick. I've been eating it the past 2 weeks and I was like, let me think about what are some things that we could change up. I was doing a blueberry bagel bowl that I've had, I think in like the last 2-3 videos to be honest, but I was like, let's think of a fun flavor. And I randomly saw like a hummingbird cake recipe or something that I was like, well, let's try to do that with like a cottage cheese bowl. So in here we have mashed banana, pineapple, cottage cheese, cinnamon, vanilla protein powder, and I think that's all I put in here. Mixed it up, almost like whip it with a fork a little bit, and then we're gonna top it with some coconut flakes here. Coconut flakes can be a really great source of fat, and I feel like people don't talk about that much. And then I am going to add some cereal. I usually like to add a little bit of crunch. I'm gonna use Fiber One for this one. I love this cereal. It looks kind of funny. You guys always say it looks like gerbil pellets, and you're not wrong. The fruit that was used, there's really not much fiber in this. Different fruits can have different amounts of fiber, so I used kind of two a little bit lower ones. They're not like a berry or something like that, which can have a little bit more fiber. So we're gonna add a little bit of fiber from the cereal. You can also use like bran flakes. You can use Captain Crunch if you want. There is no food rules here, but based on what's gonna help make me feel my best today, I got a busy day here, so we're gonna go with a little bit of fiber boost here. Help me stay nice and full throughout the morning. And this is breakfast, friends. Oh my Lanta. I'm so excited for this. It's really good. On the docket for today, I've got kind of a busy day. I don't have any meetings today, so that's nice. Tomorrow's my big meeting day, so I'm doing a lot of just kind of computer solo stuff today. So in work terms, it might be a little bit of a boring day. We're not doing anything super fun and exciting. It's one of those days where there's like stuff on your to-do list that you don't want to do, but you know needs to get done. So I'm gonna try to get through a couple things this morning, and then I have a big project that I'm working on. I have a question for you guys. So the project that I'm working on today, the due date is Friday. It is Tuesday today. Can't remember if I mentioned that. But when would you typically start this project? It's probably gonna take me like a day to complete, but I am someone who like, I always give myself so much wiggle room in terms of due dates. I feel like there's two people in this world. People who are like, okay, it's due Friday, so I'll start it Thursday. I'm like, it's due Friday, we're starting at like Tuesday, if not sooner than that. Working on that today. We have a couple kind of like misc tasks that need to get done. And we're just feeling a little slow, low energy, but this is giving me a nice little boost. I went back and forth if I used pineapple chunks or crushed pineapple. We went with chunks. I think it could work with either. Okay, I'm gonna eat this and I'll catch up with you later. Wish me luck. Gonna crush that to-do list. My laptop's upstairs. I gotta go grab that. All right, friends, we are at lunch time here. Backing up, I was feeling pretty hungry this morning. Let me crack open my Alani. This is the cherry twist. I'm not like a big cherry person, as I'm drinking a cherry twist and have cherries here. Anywho, delish. We need a little boost of energy. These are the perfect size. I think I said this in my last video, but okay. was feeling hungry this morning, so I ended up having a couple slices of cottage cheese toast, something that's drilled into me from actually becoming a registered dietitian. We have to take like meal planning classes. One thing that was drilled into us and that I still do to this day is like not have the same like protein source 2 days in a row for dinner. Like I usually alternate like chicken, turkey, pork, whatever we're having. Nothing nutritionally, just for variety. I mean, there can be like nutritional benefits of obviously having variety, but it's more so from that like meal planning class that I took. It was kind of like a hospitality class, like planning a menu, like restaurants and stuff like that. But I've been loving having these cottage cheese bowls, but I also love, one of my favorite snacks is cottage cheese toast. So as I was eating my toast this morning, I was like, I'm having so much cottage cheese this morning. So I need a different, I think I want to find out, just experiment with some different snacks. So if you have any ideas, drop it in the comments. I thought about making some like chia seed pudding, although I haven't really found a recipe for that I like love. I don't know, just need to play around with it. I could do some like turkey slices wrapped around an apple, put a little bit of, I like blue cheese. But speaking of cheese, let's talk about what we have for lunch. Oh, I also had a little bit of peanut butter with my slices of toast. I was just hungry this morning, and that's okay. Honor your hunger. If you're hungry, your body needs it. Let's go to lunch. Okay, so what we've got for lunch. This is super easy, you guys. I call it a hot honey feta wrap. So we've got Brussels sprouts, chicken, feta cheese, and then hot honey. You can do it all cold. I warmed up my chicken a little bit in the microwave, but then it just makes a fun little wrap here. Delicious. Need a little bowl. Because I also brought some cherries. We don't have that much left. They're on their last lug. Got some cherries to eat. So protein, fat, carbs, fiber. We got some veggies in there. Gang's all here. Highly recommend, guys. Like I said, I mean, it's literally 4 ingredients in this wrap. I forget how much of a, I could use a little more. I'm always really cautious on hot honey because I don't do spice. This one, it sneaks up on you. Like, so if there's a, I'm gonna stop talking with my mouth open. There's a fine balance, but okay, that's what we've got for lunch. I'm gonna finish this up. I was debating going outside, but I think I'm gonna work the rest of the afternoon outside because it's looking pretty nice. Okie dokie, friends. Dinner is in the oven. Made zucchini turkey meatballs. Got the meatballs, got some roasted zucchini, some cherry tomatoes, and then just some couscous that we're gonna put on alongside. Thirsty. I did do a little bit of snacking this afternoon. I had, let me show ya, a couple of snackies. So I've mentioned this before, I'm still loving pork rinds. It's like a fun, different change. I like the texture. They also do have a little bit of protein in there, so they can be a little bit more filling of an option. But I also had some of just regular old potato chips. I had a little bit of both. This flavor was at Aldi. Highly recommend. So I like these. I liked these a lot more than my husband did. And I think it's because it's a mix of like a barbecue chip and like kind of like a salt and vinegar chip. I love salt and vinegar chips. So it's got a little bit of like vinegary to it, but loved those. Sometimes you just go based off of what sounds good. Nutrition plays no role in it, and that was the case with that one. Also, with nutrition in general, be flexible. Did I mention earlier that I like to have some fiber with snacks and meals? Yep. Did this one have any? No, and that's okay. Focus on what you do most of the time, not all of the time. Okay, my arm was getting tired from holding me, guys. So I'm going to put these chips away. We have a little bit more time. I didn't check what time I put those in the oven. It takes like 20 minutes. We'll see, but I'll show you that when we're done. Okie dokie, friends. We have our turkey zucchini meatballs here. We've got our veggies with some parm and our couscous. Time to plate her up. Good morning, friends. It is the next day here, having my same brekkie bowl that I had yesterday. It's delicious. So last night after dinner, I had my Beam. I've been loving having that at night. It's got a little melatonin. Sleep like a rock, and it actually tastes very, very good. Just kind of like a hot chocolate. I think I showed it in my last video. And then I had some of a vanilla slice cake dessert thing. I don't know. My husband made it. It was very delicious. I'll ask him for the recipe he used and link it below. Just kind of like a custardy layer with 2 like phyllo dough things on either side. Very delicious. So I had a little bit of that. And then we hit the hay because that melatonin kicked in. But thank you for coming along with me on this week's full day of eating. I hope you either learned something about nutrition, you got a new idea, or maybe it was just entertaining to you. Whatever it was, thanks for being here. Thanks for sticking around. And if you did like this video, as always, I would love it if you gave it a thumbs up, hit subscribe to the channel for more of this balanced, no diet, no food rules goodness. Love all of you guys. Thank you for being here. With that, I will see you in the next video. See you later. Finally, I have a piece of coconut stuck in my teeth that whole time I was talking. Hope it wasn't visible, but we got it. Okay, now bye.